Alright, Streeble here. We're going to show you the Muta-Macro, again, another version of it. We've gotten a little bit more polished, and I wanted to show you the execution from a better standpoint. So, again, we're playing people that are probably much better than us individually, but this strategy is very effective. I'm just going to speed it up. The goal is for the Zerg player to get to mutas as fast as possible. The Protoss player is going to wall first, then he's going to harass, and then just in the beginning with his probe, and then lastly he's going to micro the Zerg player's mutas. So this is all hinging upon the specialization and division of labor principles, which makes it very effective. What I do is I go ahead and drop his gas for him just to help him get to mutas as quickly as possible. I think we make it there pretty quick, maybe around 7 minutes we have mutas in their base. I'm telling him to go ahead and send a drone up here to get ready for the expand. That's the macro part of the strategy that ends later. So here comes my harass. I'm going to just make sure that they're paying attention to me in the base a little bit. For whatever reason, if they don't, since I have already dropped that forge, if they just leave you alone, go ahead and try something like a cheeky cannon rush. Might as well. It's really just to save or to waste time. It's not really to win the game or anything like that. I see that he has a pull down, but really this strategy, we don't ever change it according to the information we find in the base. We just go straight to mutas, and again, it's really anything that they're building, whether it's a rush or whether it's anti-air, whatever it is, we end up doing really well. So I think I may have just died. Yep, so my guy's dead in the base, but that doesn't matter. We're pretty well walled off. Always put a second pylon back here so that they have to kill the cannons to get through the wall. The wall's not supposed to stop them completely. It is just supposed to slow them down. So as you can see here, I'm going to defend the rocks a little bit as well. My partner's already dropped a drone over here. That's one of the most important parts of our strategy is the macro play. So is the crazy expansions in macro play. So by now he already has a spire up. It is the 6 minute 6 minute 20-second mark, and we have 6 mutas down coming. So I'm gonna be waiting for these guys to come in. As we can see, they're gonna try a little Zergling harass, or it doesn't matter what they're gonna try because the mutas are out and it's go time. So one thing I do is I try to at least surprise them as much as possible with this Muta-Macro. So I'm going to come around, I'm going to try to hit one of their economies, and I come in, I take out quite a bit of probes, and then I actually see a starport up. That's not a good thing, so I want to go ahead and take care of that because phoenixes can be dangerous. So I want to go ahead and unpower that starport as quickly as possible. So that's going to be one of my early goals, is to unpower that starport. Now, we do also want to kill as many units of theirs as possible, so I go back and take out that observer. Anytime I know I can win a fight and they've split up their army, I will take it out. In this case, I go ahead and unpower their starport, slowing that production because phoenixes are bastards. They're really fast and hard to deal with. So he has infestors here. I actually make a mistake. I don't kill these infestors nearly fast enough. They can be pretty devastating infestors. They can slow you down. They can hurt you. But this is where the harass starts. So we know that all of their units are going to be occupied with this harass. Like I said, we want to kill the economies. That's where that infestor really got me. But by this time, he's given me so many mutas that I can really be a pain in the ass for this team. So I'm going to do things like, again, take out army units when they're not grouped together. I should be faster on taking out those infestors, but they are pretty expensive, and I did get one in that exchange. So taking out his main, working on his expansion. So eventually we're going to wise up and go ahead and get a observer over here so I can finish off the job with these infestors. I'm not sure why we haven't thought of it yet. We're just a little slow. I don't want to engage infested marines, so I'm just going to pull out of there, make him waste his energy a bit. again, by this time, even though he's sending the Zergling Rush, I see it in my view, and I have quite a bit of cannon, so I'm just going to kind of scare him away. Now, my partner is already macroed up huge. We have several bases. Let's see how many expansions he has. He has 1, 2, hasn't developed economies there, but and he's actually going to discover them here. But this is, again, great for us. It's going to slow them down. It's going to keep them occupied. So they're busy doing that. Meanwhile, I've killed this expansion. I'm making sure the Protoss player is basically neutered. And yeah, the Zerg player does have an expansion, but it's not fully operational. And at this time I realized that I need to do something about these infestors, which that was just amateur on my part, so I'm going to go back and ask and request a observer. I believe I get an observer, or maybe he had one up here. No, I haven't done that yet, but I will after I kill that base off. I will go and help him a bit. There's my observer, so I'll get those observers to go finish off those infestors. Meanwhile, these Zerglings, they're not really hurting us. We have such a huge amount of economy going. I don't really max out my economy here because I'm giving the Zerg player so much, my partner, so much money. He has $3,000 right now. It's not really necessary for me to spend money on units because he'll always have enough money. We literally can't spend them fast enough. Again, we don't want phoenixes coming out, so I'm going to kill that. I have brought over my observers, so once they burrow, they realize that I'm going to get them anyway. And now these infestors, as crazy good as they are, now they're done. At this point, red leaves the game. It's not far behind until blue leaves. That's the Muta-Macro. It is very effective. We beat diamond players all the time, and we're just a couple of noobs. So yeah, let me know what you think. Give it a test and try it on for yourself. See if you like it. All right, cheers.